guys, welcome to the 3Gen TV studio. I've got some of the guys from 19 to 23's venue with me. Are you all okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Why don't we start off by introducing yourselves and a bit about what you do outside of 3Generate.
So I'm Alicia and I go to the University of Edinburgh.
What do you study there?
Geography.
Nice.
I'm Hannah. I work in the nursery full time.
I'm Simon, and I am chaplain here, so I'm not part of the 19 to, even though I look good.
Is that why you've got
that's why I'm wearing,
a bright yellow
I'm
jumper?
sporting such a yellow outfit. And I'm a Venture of X pioneer part-time and a tutor at Queen's College part-time.
Okay. Now, this weekend you guys have spent quite a bit of time in the 19 to 23's venue. How's that been this weekend?
It's been good.
Been good. What was your highlight of the venue so far?
Definitely the pizza feast.
The pizza feast?
The pizza feast.
How much pizza did you eat?
A lot.
There was a lot, 12 pizzas, weren't there, that we ordered? Yeah.
Yep.
And we got through that, I think, pretty well.
Sounds good. Hannah, what's your highlight been?
I think mine was probably the social media class, the workshop that we had, because it was different from what I thought it was going to be, and I thought it would be kind of quite practical and maybe not that new because it's something that I think our age group talks about a lot.
Yeah.
But it was actually really interesting with the kind of activities that we did. It made me think about it differently and think about how it relates to specifically being a Christian, not just like, oh, we should have church Facebook pages, but actually what it's like to be a Christian in kind of my own life.
Yeah. When I walked through, I heard you talking about how we can use social media positively as disciples. Where did that discussion get to?
Shall I do that?
Yeah.
You ought to say who led that excellent session. Who was it that led that excellent session?
It was you.
It was me.
Yeah,
yes,
it was
that's right,
an
yeah.
excellent session.
So I'm really pleased about that great session. What did we talk about? It was more about, wasn't it, that we were trying to work out what ways in which being online and being a Christian, what that is like, and how we can begin to kind of negotiate that really. And I was saying in the session, I think, I'm of the generation that had to learn how to use social media. This lot are all digital natives. They've grown up with it. They know it already. So actually, they need to show us kind of how to be Christian online because they've kind of got it in the bag, really. They've been working
quite a lot of young people in churches are teaching their parents how to use social media, and they know more about it than their parents do. How do you reckon parents can cope with that? Because obviously there's so many issues come up with social media. What's the best way for them to try and deal with it?
Go on.
I think it's just about talking and having an open conversation about it, like we did today, not just saying, oh, social media is inherently bad or inherently good, but kind of thinking about the characteristics of it and the way you use it. Like you were talking about emojis before, and I'd never thought about how, because I've, to an extent, grown up with it, how it is a different language. Like I was writing a birthday card to my friend the other day, and I wrote something and I wanted to put like a laughing face at the end to show that it was a joke, but I obviously couldn't because it was a card. And I was like, this is really weird that this has become part of my vocabulary. So I think it's just about having those conversations and not judging about them. Yeah, I think it's just about openly, really.
Yeah. So with social media and stuff, for adults, it's quite a big issue. But you were also talking about what is the perfect adulthood. Hannah, where did you get to in that conversation?
Well, we found out that there's no perfect adulthood. It's like all an illusion. It's just what we think the perception of being an adult is. So there's never an ideal stage. It's just something that you're always working on throughout your life.
Yeah. Simon, how have you found the sessions throughout this weekend?
Apart from the one I led.
Yeah, apart from the one you led, which was brilliant.
And I think it's been really good. We had a session, first one this morning was around mental health issues, wasn't it? Around how mental health affects with young people. That's such a kind of vital, it's so much in the news and stuff, so that was a really helpful, useful session. And then there was the social media, adult stuff. And these are all kind of, I think what I really appreciate about it is that these are the church having these conversations that are absolutely vital to young adults' lives. And it doesn't just affect young adults in church, it affects young adults across the nation. And it's great that we're having these really serious conversations because they might not happen in people's living rooms, in people's other spaces. Yeah. So at least we're creating the space for that.
And obviously 3Generate is all about getting young people's voices heard across the wider church. How has that been done in your venue this weekend?
Who's going to go?
Well, we've had questions at the end of sessions about what the church's role could be in that. So for example, with like the mental health one, when we were talking about mental health like during the session, the questions were based around our experience, but also our experience in churches. And then at the end, it was kind of reflected upon how could the church like modify those actions or lack of action maybe. So I think like at the end of each session, there's been some sort of like question of what's the church's role in this. Yeah.
Fantastic. I hope you guys had a really good weekend so far. I hope you enjoy the last morning tomorrow and the rest of the evening. Thank you very much
We've
for coming.
got mocktails tonight.
Mocktails.
Mocktails. Yeah.
Can I have one?
If you're not filming.
I'll make sure I'm there. Thank you very much, guys. Tune in a bit later for some more videos. Thank you very much.